Hi guys, welcome to the Lover's Lantern. Today's video, we are being a little bit nosy. So essentially what happened was they did you dirty, you weren't having it, and then you walked away. So we're going to take a look at what they lost when they lost you, how they're feeling about it, what your absence is teaching them, and ultimately the lesson that they're being forced to learn. So let's see what the cards have to say. For group one, we have a dragonfly. For group two, blue kyanites. For group three, cat's eye. And for group four, chrysocolla. So go ahead, select your group. I'll see you at your timestamp. Okay, hi, group one. So I'm just gonna get right into it and say that there's a very subtle, um, there's a very subtle energy to this reading. Nothing pops up right away. But there are, okay, let me just say, so first of all, a spider crawled on these cards. It took me by surprise, and there's not usually spiders around here. I personally don't kill spiders. I just kind of grew up having I heard a story when I was a kid, and but anyways, I don't kill them. They're there for protection. And it's because of a story I heard as a child. So it was just interesting that it just decided to walk on the spread. So I'm taking that as a sign because here we have synchronicity in reverse and spiritual partnership. I think with you guys, the message is heavy on the loss part for them. Um, with that subtle energy, I'm getting that you gave them signs, you gave them a lot of signs in life. So we have Dr. Octopus, being right never feels wrong. I'm getting with this person, they were a little bit more like, look at this. Okay. This person just seems like they move really quickly. They're more I don't know, maybe this person's really fit too, like, or they're very heavily into the physical, in terms of not just fitness, but in getting things done, doing work, planning things out. With this card right here, better decisions lead to a better life. I think that they're very focused on more strategy and decision making and going after things. Just doing things in a very, I don't want to say a non-spiritual way, but more logically. We'll put it like that. More logically, more practically. And with the spider showing up and sync with the moon and spiritual partnership in reverse, I'm getting that very subtle energy. And I feel with you guys, what they lost was, and here, listen up in reverse, like having that other balance. I think that you guys were a really subtle force in their life, that they're starting to notice the loss of. And what I mean by that, like an example I can give of that is I could picture you being somebody who, say, this person's talking about some issue going on in their life and they're looking at it from a very practical perspective. You would come in and make a subtle suggestion or say something that it's almost like you're a part of their intuition. Like you're nudging them in certain ways or saying certain things. And then they could easily just brush you off because of the subtlety of it. And then months later, they come back and they say, oh, that was actually a good idea. That was actually the direction I was being led in. But because you're a little bit more, I don't want to use advanced, but it's like you're more advanced than them spiritually, right? So they come around to it. I just feel like the way you are, this is hard to explain. Um, the way you are, I don't know, you're just more in sync. You're more in sync with the things around you. We have sync with the moon. There's something so subtle about your energy. Spiritual partnership. I don't know, like there's something really subtle about your energy. And I just could feel this person like brushing you off, like brushing off what you say, what you think, what you feel. And then them just sort of like having this is what's right. Just like a trampling. I'm feeling a really trampling energy from this person. Um and I don't want to call them shallow because that's not the word, but it's like they're not subtle, they're not gentle, they don't pick up on subtleties. And so I think they miss a lot of signs and synchronicities as a result of that. And in a way, they don't listen. We have bat, listen up. You are working through deep soul patterns, release any outdated beliefs that surface. Yeah, I just heard they don't bat an eye to the things that you tell them. And then it comes around where what you've said is very useful, but they don't get the memo until much later. And with this lead right here, I think that this is the type of energy that they're giving off to me is there's somebody who likes to lead. They want to be the leader. I don't know if this is a romantic relationship. In some cases, this is. And they may see themselves as sort of a masculine figure because it's coming across very masculine, where they want to be the one to lead. But I'm getting that the way that you um come across, it's I don't know, there's something ego based about this where they want to lead. There are issues that come up, you come in a subtle way, they don't bat an eye to your input, and then their decisions turn out bad, or I don't want to necessarily say bad, but in the moment, it isn't the right decision. And then sometime down the road, they realize the value of what you had to say. And this is where I'm getting with spiritual partnership. I think that there was something a lot deeper in your relationship with this person that they're coming to realize the loss of. Like they're seeing your spiritual side make more sense. I don't think they saw it as something that made sense. And I think now with this number 27 and the number 9, they're seeing it as something that completes them in a way. And it's the loss of that. It's the loss of that. And they're feeling like they've lost, because here with better decisions lead to a better life. It's like they've lost a mechanism to create a better life because of what you brought to the table, which I think now they're looking at it from a situation, because I'm seeing here with sync with the moon, like if they allow themselves to fall more in sync with you, there would have been a lot more that came out of it, because I'm seeing the number 6, like a lot more in terms of a lot more emotional fulfillment. We have the 10 of cups in reverse here, a lot more, just a lot more emotional fulfillment. Here we have compassion and balance. We have the Prince of Cups. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. We have the number 6. So a lot more from a material perspective, but a lot more from an emotional, a more deeper perspective. I think they feel like they could have led a better life with you in it. And the crazy part of it is that this is the type of stuff that when they let you go, they feel like they let you go, even though they lost you. This is the bizarre part of this. Like, this is the not batting an eye. This is very strange. They feel like they let you go. You know what? This could be a situation where this person, yeah, they did you wrong. And when they did you wrong, they had the mindset of like, well, not like who cares, but it's kind of like, all right, right here, let go, accept, trust in yourself. It's like, all right, I don't mind letting that go. I trust myself. I accept that you're gone. This card is sort of in a positive way, but I think they reversed the intent of it. It's more like, yeah, she can go. I'll be fine. I accept it. I've moved on. I believe in myself. I'll be good. I'll make good decisions. I'll have a good life. I'll be fulfilled. Everything will be positive with the sun. This person can be a little bit arrogant and a little bit too, what's the word called? Not wishful thinking, but like Mm, kind of like positive in a negative way. Like positive, yeah, I guess they call it wishful thinking. Or when there's a conflict, they try to put out a positivity around it. Like that is a way to evade accountability. And you know how there'd be some people who they make a mistake or they do something that isn't right. And instead of taking an accountability and fixing it or righting their wrongs, they choose to take this quote unquote high road. But really it's a cop out. They'll take it as positive, like, life changes, people come and go, things happen for each season. It's like they have a fake spirituality I'm getting, but you were the real deal. You were the real deal. So I think they put out these sort of like memes to themselves about why it's okay that you're gone. And I think now they're really feeling the loss of it because they're not fulfilled emotionally. I think that they feel that they've lost a part of their compass, with this dragonfly. I don't know. I'm feeling it as a compass, a guide. That's my spirit animal. But and I do take dragonflies to be a confirmation that I'm on the right path. So I'm taking it that there's something very subtle about you, and they never noticed it. They never noticed it. I think that they're feeling that loss, and it's grown. It's grown um, exponentially, exceptionally exponentially. It's grown a lot, especially now that they find themselves under stressful situations. Um, and they're in a lot of difficulty. I don't think they realized how much that you had an energetic effect on them. Um, and how much you really supported them and helped them throughout life and the seasons. Like we're getting the moon cycles, we're getting balance and all this, rotations of time and seasons and cycles. And now with you not being a partner with them, I'm really feeling that this isn't heavily indicating a relationship. But I mean, it says partnership, but this is somebody that you were certainly very close to, I feel, because I don't know. I'm getting a Leo. I'm getting a fire sign with this sun. I'm getting somebody who's a little bit stubborn. Somebody who I don't want to say like in their shadow, they're a little bit arrogant. Somebody who likes to be the leader. Somebody who, when there's conflict, they like to portray that positivity that I've said, but it comes across as them really in reality not being accountable. Um, so there was an emotional connection with you guys, and I don't think they saw how much of that loss really would mean to them. And now it seems like they're really frustrated. What's so strange about this reading, I'm going to tell you, usually I read directly off the cards. For at this point I'm just talking, right? Like I'm touching on the cards here and there, but I think that this person can't even pinpoint where they're getting these feelings from, these messages from, these feelings. I want to say this person is not well versed in their feelings, um, and doesn't listen to their feelings. And so they can't even pinpoint where stuff is coming from at this point. They just know that they've lost something and it goes deeper and it's more subtle than that they can pinpoint. Um, and that they know that they didn't even bat an eye to it. Like this is I just heard like, is it the turkeys coming home to roost? I'm feeling like this is something coming full circle. You know how people have to eat their words sometimes? That's what I'm getting. This person's having to eat their words. Being right never feels so wrong. And they're getting caught up. They're getting so caught up. I'm feeling like the webs that they set for others. I don't know, this just went really dark. The webs that they set to trap others are trapping them. Like I said, this person can be very strategic and try to outsmart people. But I'm really getting that the webs that they set out, the traps that they set out for others are catching them. So with this being right never feels so wrong, it's like they're how do I put what I'm feeling with this? Like it came and went. Being right never feels wrong. I'm getting it as like being right never felt so wrong. And what that rightness that I'm saying that they were right about was their false positivity. Um, yeah, it's like I don't know, there's a bit of like I have to call it mm, I don't want to call it fake spirituality. I don't want to call it shallow spirituality. I don't want to judge this person. I'm seeing conscious and unconscious. I think that there's something about them that comes across shallow to me. It just does. Um, it isn't an insult to them. I just think they have a stronger skill set elsewhere. And yeah, this isn't an insult to them because I'm looking at their muscles. Okay. So they are strong in the areas that they're strong in. And this is where this whole partnership comes in. This is where balance comes in. You know, now I'm getting this feeling of come together. We need each other. So what is it? No man is an island unto himself, right? And the number 44. So this is another synchronicity. No man is an island unto himself. We obviously need people. We want to partner with people who have different strengths than us. I'm getting this feeling of this person, when you want to be right. Okay. So when you want to be right, you're essentially saying that someone else is wrong. That's the feeling I'm getting. And with this energy that I'm getting from this person, it's really giving Leo vibes or fire sign vibes. Like Leo, because it's a fixed fire sign. It's a really stubborn, this person doesn't have to be a Leo, but that's just the energy I'm getting. It's a very like hardcore fixed type of energy I'm getting where this person wants to be right and look right and be right and express that they're right. And then if things don't go accordingly, then it's like that false positivity sticks around, comes around, all that. And what I'm getting with this other side of coming together in spiritual partnership is like, you can be strong in your own right, but there's, you know, an element in life where you have to partner with other people and they're going to be different from you. They're going to have other strengths from you, other strengths than you. And you can't be fighting with them. Like, how do I explain that? Like they have there's a conflict. This person has conflict in their life. Maybe this is a lesson. I just heard show restraint with others, and I'm seeing all the signs of the zodiac here. Like this person needs to show restraint. Like I think they're really learning compassion to show restraint with other people, other types of people. And I just heard completion. Um, they need to that's what they're learning. They have to show restraint with other people, and that people have to come together and work together. Their opinion, whether they think it's right or not, there's value in partnerships. I think they know that on a conscious level, but on a subconscious level, there's something in them that like that wants to be in charge, that wants to run the show. And they're not always the best suited for that. And that's where I think they really underestimated the value that you brought to them. And here I'm seeing outdated beliefs. You are working through deep soul patterns. Release any outdated, I can't even talk, release any outdated beliefs that surface and listen. So part of their beliefs that they need to let go of or that they're learning is that they need to listen, not just how to listen to you, Because like I said, this person has experienced many of times where you've said things or suggested things when it comes to decision making where they didn't want they wanted to have a hard head about, and that came to be that they came to that same conclusion months later. So there's a thing now that they're learning or realizing that they have to listen to other people around them, and not just listen, but then to also listen to their own, like, to calm down. Like, they're never going to be strong. I don't want to say never going to be strong. They may never be as uh in tune, well, let's put it that way, with sync with the moon and synchronicity. They may not be in tune the way that you are in tune to the subtleties of the world around you. Because I'm getting a very feminine energy, right? And this emotional aspect. They're never going to be as in tune as you, but I think that they're starting to learn to be, and they're also starting to learn to listen when others speak. Like, this is reminding me, I was in this group. It was like a therapy group session thing. Like, this is years ago. And you know, I was new there, so I'm there not saying much, I was just kind of keeping to myself, right? Cuz whatever. And I remember this guy, I wasn't, because, we would break out into groups and then share something and then get each other's opinions. And I wasn't really like into the whole thing. So, I just kind of be quiet, like not give my opinion. I don't like to give my opinion for the most part when it comes to, unless I'm directly asked. So I was all quiet, and this guy asked me a question, and it was about um his wife. It was his wife. I don't know why this is relevant, and she would get mad that he didn't clean. and um and like he was like, she takes it so personally, and like pretty much she wanted to divorce him and stuff like that. So he was just like, what do I think about it? And I was listening to his story talking about her, and I was thinking, yeah, I'd be pissed too. I'd probably want to divorce you too, but I wasn't going to say that. So I told him, I'm like, I think we're in the similar situation, because I have the exact same situation, but on the other end of it, where, and I just explained my part of it. I'm like, I feel like, and I was explaining the living situation I was in. I'm like, it makes me feel like you don't care about me if you leave a big mess for me to clean, if you do this, if you do that. Like, that's the message it's sending. And I I think that, again, this seems like a man female dynamic, um, where there's just like a misunderstanding. I think maybe that's why that example came up. Like, and this guy really heard me, and I remember the following week, the group session, he told me how he vacuumed and how he took out the garbage, and his wife was so much happier. Like, it was just something like that, and I think, he was really stubborn to wanna understand where she was coming from, but I just told him the truth. I'm like, "Yeah, I feel that way too, where I'm at home, and, the person that I live with, it just shows they don't care. They don't care if I'm tired, or you know, if I have to do this and that." So I don't know. Maybe that's relevant to some of you guys. Um, but to this reading, I'm getting that this person, yeah, it's a hard-headedness. It's like, I think they're dismissive. They're dismissive. This person has been dismissive of things that you've told them, and they're really starting, I feel like the bats are emerging from the cave. It's like, it's like opening up a can of worms. I think this is what they're going through right now. They're really learning that they have to listen. And that thing of like, you don't listen to speak, you listen to understand. Because I'm getting a really defensiveness that they used to do. Maybe this person liked to debate a lot with you. And now it's like, now that you're gone, they can actually hear what you've said to them, all the times you've said it. and they're working through these outdated ideas and these beliefs or these things, and I think they're really going through a deep, I heard exposure, like something is being exposed in them from an emotional standpoint. Like, when like, this is an example I can give. There's certain, I don't know if it's scriptures. I don't know if you guys have had this, but I've had this a lot with scriptures, actually. When you're young, I don't know if some of you guys grew up in a religious background, but you're put in, studies or schools or, on the weekend to learn about your religion and this and that. And your understanding of the scriptures, it's one of those things that like you go back to it 10 years later and you read it, you understand it differently. Another 5 years goes by, you read it, you understand it differently. It's like you understand it according to the age that you're at that moment, and the meaning changes. And I'm feeling like this person is really going through this situation where they're really revisiting the past. Um, like they're revisiting the past with you. And I'm feeling the whole spectrum of kind of like studying it. I'm feeling like this person is studying it for the purpose of having a better life. Every time we set out to solve a problem, we are declaring war on that problem. Our lives are the combined outcome of all the decisions we have made, but both important and unimportant, good and bad, conscious and unconscious. Rather than focus on the outcomes of those decisions, we should review how those outcomes came to be to become better decision makers. I really feel like this person is looking at um, your history when you guys were together and is looking at it now from a whole different perspective. The conflicts that you've had, I think they're looking at your point of view from a different perspective, from the perspective that you likely were trying to express to them back then. I think that they're doing it in a way that is more harmonious, with this number 6 and this number 5. Like they're looking at it in a way that um, how could have this worked, or like what was I missing to not understand um where you were coming from, kind of thing. So they're doing a review, and they're comparing what they thought of back then to what they're thinking now. For some of you guys, this person, it's been a while that this person has been gone. But then at the same time, I mean, I'm saying the same thing. As some of you guys, I'm getting this one day at a time. I think that this has been really difficult for this person. Not because even if this person comes across like this Leo energy I was talking about, just show you the two cards so you can feel the energy of it. Um, uh, but I think each day that goes by with this dragonfly, more and more is coming to the surface. More and more do they realize that they need to let go of like these, I want to say, toxic things about themselves, or these unhelpful things, because I'm seeing noise, I'm seeing pollution, I'm seeing conflict, um, things that need to be released, you know, because, and that's coming from the fact that they're feeling a serious loss. And this loss was not as subtle as what they thought it would be. And it's an emotional loss. And I don't think this person measures um, their decisions based on emotions. Like, what do I mean? If this person makes decisions based on logic, and I'm seeing imagine, aw, you know what? I just got this like child feeling with this word imagine. I feel like this is their inner child. Like there's some inner child stuff. Um, there's a softness in this person. I think that they're um tapping into right now. Like, I don't know, and maybe they're imagining, I don't know, I'm getting an emotional energy. Maybe they're imagining um had things worked out, had things moved forward, had you guys stay together, because I am getting partnership now. Um, like they're coming out of this logical, harsher, masculine type of energy, and I feel like their energy is really shifting. I don't know if you guys will this person will ever reach out to you. But I think that they're realizing that there was some good balance between you guys, that your differences were not meant to create conflict, but it was meant to complement. And I think that they're just imagining things, like not imagining, but yes, it's imagining, but what's the word, like, when you've lost something, it's like you didn't just lose that person, you've lost, it's like imagine what that would have been like, had I had I knew what I had I known now what I knew had I known then what I know now. There's more and more. This reading can go on for a really long time. I think this person spends a lot of time processing this stuff. Like this goes pretty deep with them. I think that this person's really affected. And I was going to say effective. So whatever happened, how you cut them off, I think you did it obviously intentionally. Um, maybe because it was too much for you. But I'm saying that whatever you did, it was effective. It's, I don't know. I'm not saying you did it intentionally, but I'm getting a little bit of intent there of like, not like this person is gonna, it's like you're gonna learn today kind of thing. Like that's what I'm getting is like, you're gonna learn today. And I think it's effective. They're learning. They're learning. um they're learning about themselves. So anyways, this I could go on with this reading, but I hope it was helpful. If you did find it useful, then please leave a comment, a like, subscribe if you would like. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, hi group 2. I just got in a really bad mood, so this definitely ties to the reading. Don't let your ego get in the way. So oh, I just broke my vape as I was getting these cards out. It dropped, it broke. I think it could still be fixable. So I'm feeling like this person broke broke something. Definitely broke something. I tried to fix it. They definitely tried to fix it, but not long enough. Maybe they didn't have the time to because I got to finish this reading. But I'll have to get back to it. So maybe they feel like this is something that they want to get back to trying to fix, but they know that they broke it. They feel it's like one of those things when you stub your toe. That's how I'm feeling from them. It's like, I won't call it an accident. I guess it is in a way an accident from their perspective. It's more like this is bothering me too. Oh, sorry, I had to turn that off. It's not an accident per se, but it's just I feel like it's just clumsiness, mindless, just not being mindful, like and so it broke something that anyways, they're gonna probably try and fix this. So um with them, this message is more about, we have releasing karma here, philosophy, releasing karma, mysticism. We have the grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. We have blame. I heard, Kanye West, what's that song? I think it was John Legend. The blame game. Let's play the blame game. Maybe that's what they're been doing, is playing the blame game. Not necessarily on this partnership between you guys. And I'm getting that with these family cards, with Spirit Keeper of the South, which is like, your roots or your childhood, or this grandmother's, and this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a family member. Um, Keep saying mysteries. So it doesn't have to be a family member. This could be something that they blame their roots for, their family for, their lineage for. Um, you know, like almost like they're, yeah, and I'm seeing family here. They're blaming their family. And with the numbers fours, the numbers fours. I can't even talk right. Ugh. Like this person is so annoyed right now. I don't even think that they can express how bitter and annoyed and angry that they feel. But in the future, they're releasing karma right now, and it's unpleasant for them. Blue kyanite. So this is communication. They are going to be, they're in the process of releasing karma. Okay. And so this is talking about their family line. I feel that they're blaming their family. What I'm getting with you guys, with Sub Rosa, I heard subpoena with this. So maybe that there's some sort of thing they did that was illegal or not right or hidden in plain sight. They did something like criminal. It doesn't have to be where they're going to get charged for this, but it's something. I just heard shisty. They did something really shisty. Like it's an offense. It's an offense. Okay, we'll put it like that. Like, they've been charged with an offense. Okay. And I heard guilty as charged. Okay. And they're trying to weasel their way out of this. So maybe you caught them. You caught them hidden in plain sight. You caught them. They were hiding something. Okay. They were hiding something. And when they got caught, their ego got in the way. That's what I'm getting with this. Don't let your ego get in the way. Getting your ego under control can be one of your biggest challenges in relationships. If you're good at something, that's wonderful. If you have weaknesses, then so be it. Don't worry too much about what others think of you. Your actions will show you that you are what you believe yourself to be. Be yourself, believe in yourself. And I'm getting that tied with the blue kyanite. I think that this person, the way that they've been talking and communicating with you or around this situation where whatever they did, that was, I heard an indictable offense. It doesn't have to actually be legal, but they did something. I was going to say fraudulent. They did something where they kept it a secret. But it was mindless. I feel like, I don't know if this is the story that their ego is coming up with, or if this is the truth. Live out loud. Yeah, so there's something hidden, and then we have live out loud with communication, something that they kept to themselves. We'll put it that way. And they're avoiding responsibility for it, and they are blaming. They are blaming you. They are blaming their family upbringing. I just saw scarlet letter. What is the scarlet letter about? I have to look that up. That's significant. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it has to do with sin and guilt, the scarlet letter. Shame and judgment. Okay. Okay, so this person did do something like, oh, they're guilty. They're guilty. But you know what? Their ego, like, I don't know, me, I think they're feeling shame. They're feeling guilt. I don't know. This is weird. They're feeling a lot of things. This is releasing karma. And I don't know. I don't know what this person did. I guess you know what they did. There's something mindless about what they did. Maybe they kept a secret. Maybe they were hiding something. Maybe they were living. It doesn't have to be a double life. Because I'm with live out loud. It's like be yourself. Live out loud. You know. But there's a reason why they kept this hidden in plain sight. Mysteries, learning and teaching. Oh, well. we do know that releasing karma is not easy and it is not fun. But yeah, they're really there's something mysterious. I don't know. There's something mysterious. I don't even think you know fully what happened. Whatever this is with this person, you probably have no clue what is going on for real because their ego. And then with gratitude, it's so weird. Like I'm seeing gratitude and this woman with her hands in that position and I'm just getting this feeling of like and I'm seeing peace signs and I'm getting a hypocrite as well. Like this person is not being themselves. There's something like I don't know, they're really ashamed. This person's really ashamed. And I think their ego is really getting in the way and maybe that they blamed you for things or they didn't take accountability or of course they didn't take accountability. I don't know. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out this person's energy, but I should probably just stick to answering the questions. This person is so caught up in what other people think. They know that they broke something. They know that it was a mindless act. Like I'm getting the feeling of somebody who hides things because they want to maintain an image or does their dirt in the darkness, I heard. They have weaknesses, but they never want to admit to them. They struggle to communicate and they keep things to themselves, which ties to their upbringing and their family lineage. I just keep getting scarlet letter, like they feel a lot of shame and they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate. But there's something coming up in the near future where they're going to be releasing whatever this is and this it is true because this is releasing karma and in the near future and gratitude. They're undergoing and I'm get with the feathers, I'm getting like messages. They're getting a lot of messages about not just this relationship with you. I'm getting that this has more to do with also other people. And because I'm getting the fours and union, it has to do with their sense of like stability in their own life. Whatever this is, this habit or this thing that they do, which has to do with communication and hiding things and being sneaky and not living who they are out loud. I'm feeling like a teenager vibe. Not saying that this person is a teenager, but and I'm getting the star. There's there's something where first of all, I think they view you as the star, okay? And there's something about you where they've done this so many times. Whatever this is that they did to you, they've done this so many times. But there's something about you that stands out that is creating a really difficult spot for them. We have really difficult. We have the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles in reverse. Like they are going through it hard emotionally and materially. We'll put it like that. They are so unfulfilled. I don't know if they're broke. I don't know if they're struggling, but they are going through it bad. Like, these two cards are like, the what two of the best cards. Well, you shouldn't say the best, but they're, really positive cards. I mean, this is like, emotional fulfillment, family legacy. These are all the things and they're both in reverse. Like, and with releasing karma, it's like they've hit them, it's hitting them so hard. Their ego is being crushed and they're such a big ego-based person and they've been slipping and sliding and committing these offenses, whatever it is. And I think that you were the one. You were the one that did something where now they're really learning. Like they've had so many opportunities, I feel like, in relationships, and they're not communicating. Like they don't know how to communicate. and they keep shit to themselves. It's like they don't want to, like I said, this is the example of the teenager. You know how teenagers lie? Because maybe they don't feel like they have a sense of agency that they can do what they want, so they lie to be able to get what they want and in a way where it doesn't ruffle feathers. I feel like this person, I don't want to call them a compulsive liar. I don't know if they lie a lot, if they've been lying to you, because I'm getting a lot on the throat chakra and hidden in plain sight and this mystery and the number 7. They hide a lot, and then I feel like they don't accept responsibility, even when it is their fault. I knocked over my vape. I broke it. I know that I broke it, but I put me in a bad mood. And I don't know if they took that out on you. But there's something here of they are really going through it. Like, I hope that you know that it's pretty bad. And their ego cannot control this situation. This person probably also lies and uses their voice or does things with their voice. It's like they don't know how to communicate. When they do communicate, it's to blame. It's their ego, and then they have a problem communicating in a way that is, I don't know. Here I'm seeing trust the weavings perspective. Yeah, maybe they struggle to communicate their perspective, live out loud. I don't think they've ever really learned how to do this. But yeah, this is the lesson. They're learning how to communicate and how to take responsibility and to be themselves. Um, I don't know. It's like they're being a fake version of themselves, like their ego. Maybe like with the scarlet letter, I don't know. Maybe this person feels like they have a scarlet letter on them right now, which from what I understood, the scarlet letter is something that some person had to wear. I don't This is like from so long ago. I don't even think I read that book. But I know it's like a symbol of shame and sin. I don't know if it's sexual or something. I don't, let me look this up. Let me look this up. Okay, so it's about somebody who had to wear the scarlet letter for having a child out of wedlock. Or I don't know if it was adultery or something like that. So it is heavy shame. This person, there's something, I'm not saying that they had a baby on you um, in a different relationship, but there's something about having a lot of shame and um, blaming others instead of just like living the way that they want. And it ties into their family, how they grew up. Um, Maybe they weren't allowed to be themselves. Maybe they weren't allowed to. Oh God, now I'm getting an example from somebody in my life. Okay. This person had a double life. I've known this person for a really long time. Okay. I don't know if he's watching this, but this person had a double life. Okay. I've known this guy for years, very close friend, had a double life. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Um, Absolutely shocking. Why? Because I guess their upbringing, let's put it like that. Put it like that. I don't know. There's so much going on in this energy. I just feel like this person is releasing a lot of karma and they're learning a lot. And what all I can say is that you are the star. I feel that you are, I want to say the last person. Like, you know how everything has a breaking point? Like, they've been lying for a long time. And them expressing themselves honestly and genuinely is a real difficult thing for them to do. And I think the loss of you really brought out a lot of things from their past and realizing things that, or the ways or the mechanisms or the things that they would do in order to hide I'm just going to say hide. But now they're in a state where this 10 of cups and pentacles in reverse, it's a really, really bad state. And while that they still want to be here in their ego and blame other people and not take responsibility, there's a point in the near future where they are going to be releasing this karma, and it's going to be really tough. And with the feathers, it's like there's messages around this. And there's also a message here of like, with, because I'm getting gratitude, and in the near future, either this person's going to be grateful for you in the near future for having them face what this is, to where they couldn't just live out loud, speak their truth out loud, be who they actually are, not be a liar, not commit offenses. Um, or something where you're going to be really grateful that they blamed you for what they did. And I'm hearing it can go either way. You know how I said at the beginning that this person wants to come back and fix things, but they just can't do it right now? It's because they're releasing their karma by going through this, whatever they're going through. And so they may be able to come back and fix this, or they may not, but it depends on if they take responsibility or not. Um, and I'm feeling this feeling of like, there's something about you where maybe you're blaming yourself. But I just heard, don't let your ego get in the way. Like, this sounds so bad. I don't mean it badly, guys, but don't let your ego get in the way. Don't blame yourself. Like, I took that like, um, you didn't you didn't cause this. This is like bigger than you. There's nothing you did. Like, you know, this is bigger than you. This person has a serious problem. I'll just tell you guys that much. And right now they're going through it. I don't know if they're losing people, relationships. Their life is out of control. And they're learning to be honest, be truthful, you know, live their life, you know, not sneak around. So yeah, so that's their lesson, is that they're going to have to be honest and truthful and accept responsibility, and that their ego doesn't work anymore. They can't, it sounds like gaslight and lie and hide all those things. So that's what I'm getting. Hopefully this reading was good for you guys. I don't know, I don't feel that it was necessarily helpful, but if it was, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, hi, group 3. So let's get into your reading. We have the King of Wands and the Emperor here. So these are pretty strong masculine figures. Where shall we start? Pick your battles. As in war, so in family life, some battles or arguments cannot be won. All families argue, whether it's parents arguing with each other, parents with children, or siblings with each other. Communication is key in establishing boundaries. If you have to argue, don't lose your temper, be rational and deliberate. But remember, sometimes it's more important to move on. Um, so for one, I'll say that what this person lost is somebody that had their back. If you see, I'm taking this person to be the masculine figure. So, you know, the King of Wands has a lion behind him. The Emperor has this goat. Um, you know, well, Spider-Man, I mean, he kind of protects everybody, I would think, right? But I'm just getting that this person really lost somebody that had their back. And was a gift to them. I'm seeing that in this reframe card. I think maybe this person, you know, they you had their back. You know, they know that you had their back. Um and now with this reframe card, I think that they're starting to reframe their perception or their perspective on the situation. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. I think this person was really confusing with this 7 of Cups. Whoa, some thunders just hit. You guys probably can't hear it because there's noise cancellation, but it's bad right now. So that's a confirmation. They were really confused. This person was very confused in terms of how their perspective and how that they would frame things. I think that I don't know, I'm getting this feeling of like this person was always at battle or always at war. I don't know if this person liked to argue a lot or debate a lot. Um and I could see this really black and white type of thinker of like how do I put this? Like I don't know, I'm getting a cutthroat feeling. I'm seeing the King of Swords where it's like it's cutthroat. It's like you're either going to be here so I can use you and you're going to go with the program or that's it, you're out kind of thing. Like cuz I keep seeing the word war here. And I think with this part of the war cannot be won um or this sense of like okay, how do I put it? Um arguing and debating and battles. It's like having a temper, like who's really winning in that? I think that this person is learning that they have to calm the F down. I just heard be humble. I just heard um because I'm feeling that they're starting to look at it as when somebody says no thank you. Um I'm feeling like this person being offered something good and pleasant and then them just saying no thank you. I don't want that. You know, and that's part of the confusion of their perspective. I don't know if this is like trauma based or something. I'm getting the example of somebody who says from a masculine perspective, this is coming of like, "Oh, I don't need anyone's help. I don't need a woman. I don't need um I don't know, I'm just getting like a warped perspective. I'm seeing have you guys ever stood in sorry, in front of those warped mirrors before? I remember there being one there used to be this place called I forget the name of it. It's a really historical place. Downtown. Well, not quite downtown, but they shut it down years ago. But one of the cool things about that place was they would have this whole like wall of mirrors and it would distort how your body looked. Um and I'm just seeing that this person the way that they see things is very very distorted based off of I want to say their family line. Like we have the grandmothers here remembering your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. We have Mother Rose returning to each other, compassion, humanity. So maybe this is something to do with their mothers. Either their mothers or because it's tying to self love. There's something mysterious. There's something about self love and their mothers. This could be, I'm taking this in multiple ways. This could be their mother, they feel had a lack of self love and perhaps put herself in situations that affected them as a child. Um, do you know what I mean? So, say their father wasn't the greatest, or say their mother um, ultimately wasn't able to provide certain things for them because of her lack of self love, or and that impacting the way that they view relationships or view people or view money or view interactions or something like that. Or it could be that I don't know, they have a really warped perception of family, I feel like, and relationships, and interacting with people. I'm getting it to be even though these two masculines are not in reverse, um, this Ace of Wands is in reverse. So there's something that like is blocked with them. Um, there's something blocked. I feel that this is a karma as well for them from their family lineage. And they're learning that they are the way that they communicate is really important with pick your battles. Um, that is the lesson that I think is biggest for them because it seems like they do need people to have their back. Like these emperors do have people having their back. And I think that they rely on people for stability and for assistance and for help. And even though they may not have necessarily had the best upbringing, maybe it's not their upbringing. Maybe it's just some family lineage. Like we all have our, quote unquote generational curses or whatever that's warped their way of thinking. I guess right now they're learning to change the way they talk to people, change the way that they deal with people, returning to each other, compassion, humanity. And with this, you are a badass being. I'm getting that this is what they feel that they lost in you. They really lost somebody who, um, was full of life, love, possibilities, and they're not just feeling like they lost you, this great person that had their back. It's also all the possibilities that could have come about in life and in love. So maybe for some of you guys, this was a love, because we do have a lot of roses here. So yeah, so they are thinking and fantasizing and thinking about all the possibilities that could have been. And there's something again with this feeling of a double life. I got this in another reading with Spider-Man and I don't know what his real name is, but his alter ego is Spider-Man. And the number sevens, there's something mysterious about this person. Um, Maybe you really love this person, but didn't quite understand them. And a big part does have to do with their family lineage. Um, and right now, they are really trying to protect themselves. Like they're learning about how to, I don't know, it's something with their family and a way that they go in to protect themselves. I feel like they think that life is like war, like they're at war. It's like I'm thinking about medieval times or ancient times where, you know, in this day and age, we're fairly safe. Nations don't fight amongst each other for the most part. There's a lot of diplomacy. There's a lot of, cooperation and negotiation and economies tied together. But I'm feeling like for them, they have this like ancient medieval type of way of thinking where they have to protect themselves. Like this is like I'm talking about like the empire building era where things were not safe or things were not secure. And there's a level of like a scarcity mindset. I don't know if this person grew up poor or if this person, but there's a double identity with this person that I'm getting. And I think that they're really being forced to learn that they do need to rely on good people and cooperation and working with people. And so they can't be so hard headed um and combative and um they need to change their perspective because it's like they're blocking with this Ace of Wands in reverse, like they're blocking. And it's a female too. Like they're blocking something good, like some feminine energy that they're blocking. And this has to do either with their mother, their family line, whatever. They have some type of confusion in their perspective of women, of women. Yeah. Maybe they also think that women are meant to play a supporting role in their life. Like they're the main character and women are supposed to be a supporting character, like they're supposed to lead their lives like that. I think this person has a lot of warped perspectives and is very confused as to how to frame relationships, dynamics. I think this person uses force, brute force, doesn't work. When you want to live in peace, you don't want to live in war. So I think this person is really learning that they they have to pick their battles if they want people in their lives. If they want nurturing, supportive people in their lives, they have to act accordingly. Um, I don't know. I'm getting an alter ego with this person too. And I'm seeing that as a protection. I think with self-love and waves of healing, this person is definitely be open and vulnerable as this will initiate healing and harmonious resolution. And this is in reverse. So yeah, so there's definitely some like healing on their maternal line that needs to take place or that is on the brink of taking place, where there needs to be more humility, more compassion, more love for people that they think should be there to support them. Maybe they didn't get the support that they needed. I think that they're learning to communicate, that they need to communicate um, in a more effective way, and to work on their perceptions of what family should look like, what relationships should look like, um, and how things are supposed to come together. Because I'm seeing something with weavings, and I'm also getting a really distrustful energy from this person. And with this, what they lost with you, because they are feeling the loss of a supportive person, I think that this person was difficult to get along with. Um, and I'm learning that they're now with this loss realizing that this tough exterior or their perceptions caused this loss and the way that they communicated caused this loss. And I'm getting that they do want to come back. And if they do come back, or some I feel like may have tried to come back and reframed the situation, but they're still in a state of confusion. So this this person has not fully done the work. I'll put it like that. They have not done the work. They're still in a state of confusion. They just know that they've lost somebody that really supported them. And they're still in their alter ego. I feel like who they present themselves to be is not really who they are, but they feel that this needs to be done as a protective mechanism because, in war, you cannot show the enemy your weakness. So yeah, this is a very battlefield type of approach to relationships. Um, and there's still a lot of mystery for them as to how to go about this. Like they are not even close. So right now they're just at the stage where they know that they lost something, and they do think about all the things that could have come and all the positive things. So this is where I'm getting that this person is like double-minded. On the one hand, they do see you as a gift. Um, I just heard like one of the best things I had, one of the best supports I had, one of the best mother figures I've had. And they're still trying to figure this out. They're trying to figure this out, like, they cannot see it. They just know that they need to start communicating better. So, yeah, so that's their lesson, they need to start communicating better, and that's just the beginning of it, that's just one of these cups over here. So, yeah, and I feel like they know that you will continue to block them if they wanna argue, if they wanna debate, if they wanna bring this, like, combative energy. Um, and I think too now they see that if they don't have compassion for you, like, you're not gonna have compassion for them. Like, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. I'm really getting, like, a toxic sort of masculinity here. Maybe this person didn't grow up with a father. Maybe they were surrounded by women who didn't quite love, like, I don't know, this could be anything, really. But yeah, but anyways, they do feel like you were a gift and you supported them a lot. And you know, they used too much logic, it seems like, with you in terms of, I don't know, I'm getting like they treated you how they would another man if they were men, and yet they wanted you to love them. So again, it's very warped. This person is still unraveling a lot of this stuff, and there's a lot of things that they do need to learn, and their perspective is going to change over time. But so long as you continue to block them, because I feel like they're going deeper and deeper into um, understanding this. But this is like a releasing of old karma, like I said, old karma from from their family line. So so that's what I'm getting for this reading. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Okay, hi group 4. Welcome to your reading. There's a lot of feminine cards here. We have You Are a Healer. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. We have Lead with a Light Touch. We have Surrender to the Sweetness. Venus, Energy, Pleasure, Joy, Make Love to Life. We have this Heart. We have Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy, Accept and Receive. Like, this is an extremely feminine spread. So and I heard prepare for the worst. Okay. It says expect the best, but prepare for the worst. A positive outlook is great, but it is also important to prepare for problems that might occur along the way. Sometimes you find yourself caught up in a difficult situation. If it's not worth fighting, back out. If it is, prepare well. Come up with a game plan, list your opponent's possible actions. List your opponent's possible actions of your opponent, whatever, and plan your counter moves. When you've done that, you'll be bulletproof. There's something like, I'm feeling something about with this 7 of Pentacles, this is like, and nothing is yet set in stone. The way that I'm seeing this figure right here is, and I'm getting like the feminine being a mystery. Either this person's really confused about you, because even when I think of a healer, like, I'm also thinking of like a witch or a healer. Like, it's something that maybe this person had a preconceived notion about you, and as a result was not expecting the best but preparing for the worst, and therefore like not investing um into you, in any way because they thought they would get burned. Like, see how her hair's getting burned? She's holding like this hot thing. Maybe there's a lot of fire around you. Maybe you're a fire sign. I don't know. But there's something where it seems indecisive from their end. Nothing is set in stone. And this card here. So maybe this person was preparing for the worst with you. Maybe they didn't see the potential with you. You know, we have limitless in reverse. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So with this in reverse, which is funny because there's accept and receive here, they they didn't see the potential in something with you. Maybe they questioned like who you really were, because I'm getting be yourself here too. So I don't know, maybe this is the reason why you had to walk away. You know, I'm getting that that was probably a strong reason. Like you just sort of accepted that this person was not open to it. You know, when I'm just getting this feeling of like too good to be true with surrender to the sweetness in reverse. Like look at how sweet this is. Like this is really sweet and it's in reverse. And expect the best, but prepare for the worst. But I feel like this person was preparing for the worst with you. Maybe they were afraid of something with you and not investing into something with you. Um, and now you are gone. And more than just gone. I just heard more than just gone. Maybe this person persecuted you. You know, I don't know. Maybe this person didn't understand you, persecuted you. Like I'm thinking of a witch being persecuted. Um, maybe there's a lot of uncertainty um with them. Like they're still evaluating it. Like that's what I'm getting with this seven of pentacles. They're really evaluating. But I think what they're feeling they lost with limitless and nothing is set in stone. It's, you know, because I'm thinking of this person who plants seeds, and then in this picture, you know, the hands are opening up with, you know, these butterflies or something that sprouted. I don't know. It kind of feels like they this person's very confused by you. That's for one. I think they wondered if you were being yourself for real, if that's really who you are. I think they're realizing that you're a lot stronger than how they perceived you to be. You came across very, very feminine and soft and sweet and gentle, and in ways that I think they underestimated you. Because I just heard surrender. Like maybe yeah, this is a very feminine thing. And I think that they were expecting to get more. I don't know, this is weird. They're expecting to get more. And maybe they treated you like you were insignificant as well. And I think they had like a bulletproof plan for you. You know, because here with preparing for expecting the best and preparing for the worst, like they had a bulletproof plan for you. But then something got caught up. Something got caught up. Yeah, something got caught up. I feel like they got caught up. They got caught up in something. And maybe this person's like a planner type of person as well. And I'm just getting they got caught up along the way and they got burned along the way. I don't know. This is a little bit strange. I think this person's really struggling to understand your moves right now, and it's making it really, really hard for them to prepare and to plan. Um, what is with this cracked open in reverse? I just heard you cracked me open. What's her name? Leona Lewis? I think you had a really, really powerful impact on this person. And there's something about them. I keep looking at this nothing is yet set in stone card and mutable. Like this energy is very, very mutable. Like you can barely hear it. There's something really light about this, but powerful, like fire. Like I'm getting just something quiet and destructive, or something like big and far away. And there's so many signs and symbols, but none of it makes sense. This person is really, really confused over you. Like they're just confused. And I think they really relied on your healing energy as well. Um, and I think they're here just sort of contemplating like what came about and all the possibilities and all the things. And earlier I said they didn't believe that you were like who you said you were. And I just heard energy doesn't lie, and they're starting to really take the time to think about it, to reflect on it. Um, and all the ways that you had an impact on them. And it was probably so hard for them because I keep hearing mutable. It was probably so hard for them to understand it along the way because it was so subtle. Um, but I think that they were able to receive a lot of things while you were around. And maybe the lesson that they're learning too is that I don't know, I'm feeling like they really admire you and they're really learning to tap in more to their feminine energy as well. Like with lead with a light touch, leaders come in all shapes and sizes, but the best are those who lead with a light touch, those who communicate by listening, showing empathy, using persuasion rather than authority, and by allowing others to take credit for their achievements. I'm feeling this feeling of have you ever worked with someone or been with somebody that you just watch them and you're in awe and you just really admire, like, say it's someone who's a really great singer or a really great speaker or a really great whatever, and then you see them in their element and you're just like in awe and you're like, wow, that is so them, and it's so something that it is not your strong suit at all. I'm feeling like this person was really inspired by you being in your own element, and it was so different from what they're ever been accustomed to. And there's something so subtle and powerful that they're recognizing about you. And like the loss is, I just heard it's something they take credit for. I don't know what the hell that means. They're putting it in really nice terms. They take the credit for it. I don't know if you have a way of speaking to this person or you have a really pleasant way of wording things. Like you're really sweet. But yeah, they take credit for this loss. Um, I don't know. This is weird. This is very weird. So that's how they feel about you. Um, it seems like they're trying to come up with a game plan, like to lead you back. I think that they think that whatever happened between you guys, the worst of it is over, and that, the future is not set in stone, and that there is a lot of potential for you guys when it comes to this heart or this surrendering to the sweetness. Maybe they didn't invest in you at the beginning. But I think now that they want to move more in that direction and they want to be more positive to you or towards you and to you. Um, and maybe they feel like they were in a difficult situation before. Maybe they didn't believe that you were who you said you were. But yeah, so they're thinking of all the possibilities, the potential. Um, and they're just giving it some time, but they do want to be back and they do want to learn from you. I think they learned more when they were around you than when you're not around. So this reading was supposed to be, what did they have to learn now that you're gone? Um and I'm feeling like they feel like they learned more with you there than without you there, and they want you back around. They want you back around so they could keep learning from you. Because I don't know, like you have some magnetic, it's not magnetic. I think that you're a leader, but it's so subtle and powerful. It sounds like a healer, right? So when I think of like healer right now in this context of this spread, I'm thinking of somebody who influences, like a doctor or or a psychologist or something. It's like you're influencing something to heal. And that's the effect that you've had on them, but they're just watching you. They admire you. This person really admires you. I don't know what the hell they did. Um, but like I said, they got caught up and they take credit for it. They take credit for it. Whatever that means. That probably means something to you guys. Um, And I think they're also, the lesson they're being learned is also that nothing is yet set in stone. So like I said, maybe this person prepares and plans a lot, but nothing is like dead set. So um things are open. I think they're learning from your feminine energy, and they want more of it, and they want to learn more of like femininity or the like feminine qualities or whatever. um they view it as really positive. So yeah, they want you back. They want you back in their life. They want to, I just heard they want to receive you back in their life. um this feels like a gentleman opening the door. Like that's the energy I'm getting. someone who's going to speak right, someone who's going to act right, somebody who wants to receive you. And when you have guests coming to your house, it feels like that where it's like, okay, let me prepare. Let me make sure I have new linens, new sheets. Everything looks good. Let me get a haircut. Let me make sure everything, the washrooms or whatever, like it smells like lemons. Let it be where I can receive you and receive you in a way where I could, and they want you to be yourself. I don't know. I don't know. They like who you are. Maybe something happened, like I said, where they said that was the worst of it, but now from here, I want I want to receive you. I want to receive you and be ready for you. So the worst of it's done. No more fighting. It's not a game, and I want to receive you. And they don't want to force it. They wanna do it in a feminine way. They wanna lead you. I'm getting that with this, you're going the right direction. This is being led. This is being led. I'm seeing persuasion. Um, yeah. So what is this lesson? What is the lesson? The lesson keeps coming back to nothing is yet set in stone. You can expect the best and prepare for the worst, but nothing is yet set in stone. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I guess it just means that this is a person who's always had a plan. Maybe you came in and disrupted that plan. This looks like a person who invests in things and, um, you know, but your energy is so overwhelming because I'm getting like this is their energy, this is their energy, a bit of this is their energy, and the rest of it is yours. So yeah, you've definitely cracked something open in this person. That's what I'm getting with this cracked open. Persuasion rather than authority. Yeah, this person's learning from you and they want you back. Whatever it is, they want you back. They have really soft, gentle feelings towards you and very positive feelings towards you. So I don't know what they did, but they definitely want to heal this connection. And they're looking into it. They're planning for it. They're preparing for it heavily. They're putting themselves in a position to be able to counteract any I don't want to call it resistance, but they have a game plan for this. I just think you guys are two different energies. So yeah, so that's really positive. So I don't know how they did you dirty. I think they were just in a different situation. Maybe they were at a rock bottom in their life. And it affected you. And I just heard infected you. So maybe something, that they were going through somehow leaked onto their relationship with you. But they're saying that they take credit for it, whatever that may mean. So maybe that resonates with you guys. I hope this reading was helpful. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.